Hi guys, if you're like me, you have an old glove laying around that you want to breathe some new life into. For me, it's my old Rawlings glove from probably the mid 90s or so. It's an RBG4 with the Steve Avery signature. I've had this glove for decades and I just want to relace the parts of it that need relaced. I'm not going to do the whole relacing today, but I'm going to do across the top of the fingers and across the bridge of the webbing here, the spiral wrap. It's pretty common for that area to wear out. And I'm also going to do all the way around the webbing here. For me, that's actually the lace that's broken. If you can see right here, I have a busted lace right here. And every time now I try to catch a fast throw from my daughter who's getting pretty fast with the softball, I don't have any stability in my webbing anymore because of that broken lace. So we're gonna replace that. There's lots of different kits you can get online to redo your laces. You can get laces in tan and gray and black, red, pretty much any color you want. I'm just going to stick with the regular old tan color. And I bought this kit. It's called Relacer. It's by John Mathis, the Relacer kit. And it comes with a leather punch to punch a hole in the end of the lace to get started. The kind of U-shaped style of needle where you kind of thread it through the hole there. And it comes with a lacing tool that you can use to kind of widen out the holes if they get if you just can't get the lace through there. It also comes with a nice little storage bag for the tools and some instructions there to kind of walk you through each different piece of the glove that you might want to relace. If you're going to redo the whole glove, it might take you a little bit longer, but for me, I'm just going to do the top and the webbing. There are other styles of needles that I've seen and I've used before. A lot of the common ones are just kind of a long needle that's hollow on one end, and you just kind of screw the needle onto your lace, kind of thread the lace up into the needle, if you have that style of needle. I'm going to be doing my old Rawlings glove today with the closed web design here, but lots of different manufacturers have the same design. Here's a Mizuno glove that has the same closed web design, almost exactly the same style of lacing is used on that brand and lots of different brands actually. So hopefully this video will help you guys out on whatever you've got going on. I will try my best to not speed up the video in any of the complicated parts, the parts where we're kind of tying knots or threading through some different areas. But now I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and remove my old lace around the top of the webbing and around the webbing itself. Okay, got the lace out of the top of the fingers and the top of the webbing here. Now let's get the old lace out of the webbing. You should have a knot right here. Just untie that knot. I already did that. And you should be able to pull this out. The side of the lace that sticks out here, actually, if you pull on this loop, it should pull it out. Mine are pretty old, so it might break on me. Well, there it goes. It's coming. There it goes. I should be able to just unlace that all the way around. Okay, just to give you an idea of how long of lace you'll need, I measured my old ones. My webbing lace was about 38-ish inches, plus or minus a couple inches, and my the lace across the top of the fingers was about 45 or 6 inches, plus or minus a couple inches. Just to give you an idea there. If you had some glove conditioner, now would be the time to put that on there. Try to get your glove, looking a little bit better. I'm not going to worry about that right now, but you can definitely see, you know, the new looking glove there where it was covered up by the webbing compared to the kind of bleached out old leather. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started on the relace. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is relace the webbing and put that back on the glove. I've seen a couple different ways of doing this. One is to put the lace kind of through the top of the bridge here, kind of center it up, and then work it around each side around to the bottom here. But I'm going to go ahead and do it per the instructions that this kit came with, and I think that it's a pretty good method, and it will probably allow you to not waste very much lace, which is something I like. And for me and my webbing, the red R and the Rawlings symbol is pretty much, for all intents and purposes, in the middle here. So this marks kind of the middle point of my glove. So my tie at the bottom should be right underneath that. Okay, so let's go ahead and poke a hole in my lace and get the U-needle threaded through there. Maybe go through both sides here. Okay. There it goes. Just gonna thread that through and around. There we go. Count down to the 9th hole if you're looking at the back side. For me, it happens to be right at the bottom left of the center here of the R. So go ahead and when you're counting down, include the hole in the finger here at the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's going to be where we start at. I'm going to start from the back here. There we go. And we're just going to pull that through and just leave, don't pull it all the way through, of course. Leave about a few inches, because this is what you're going to be tying the knot with at the end after you get it threaded through all the way. So leave enough to tie your knot, at least a few inches. Now we're just going to work it through all the way up the thumb here. You kind of weave it in and out from the front to back, all the way up through here. And when you get it, make sure it's not twisted. Okay. Just be careful not to get it twisted up. almost done with the thumb side here. Just gonna go right up in the last hole, out the other side of the glove. Okay. And then you just go right through the bridge, right through the center of the top of the webbing here, all the way straight through. There we go. Now we can go ahead and work it down the same way we did on the thumb side, on the index finger here. It looks like it just goes in from the outside through the top hole here. You make sure it's not twisted. And then on the inside of the glove, the first lace down, I guess, is right there. Right through the top of the web there. There it goes. Comes out there. Again, we're going to make sure it's not twisted. And if you have if your lace has a smooth side and a rough side, I think the smooth side goes in here towards where the ball would be. Mine are so similar, it's hard to tell, but is a little rougher here on the outside. Started here, we've weaved our way around this way. We've come across the bridge, we're down into our first lace, the first hole in our web here. Now we just need to weave it in and out down until we get to this point down here, and then we'll stop again and give a couple more directions here. Okay, when you get back to this point where you're ready to do the final kind of threading and get it to where you can tie your knot, go ahead and check that your laces are all straight and that the smoother side's on the inside here, and then it's as tight as you want it. So go ahead and tighten it up if it's loosened up a little bit as you've done it. Get it as tight as you want, and then we'll go ahead and do that final bit. Okay, I've managed to get my webbing really tight, how I like it there. Don't get it too tight at the top. You don't want the bridge to curl over, but yeah. So now it's time for me to do this final threading here. And how it works is, we started right here, we left some sticking out. We need the other piece to actually be hanging out of this hole so that we can tie it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in right beside where we started, kind of go through the glove and back out of this hole without going all the way through the front side. I can show you that a little bit better on this other glove, on this Mizuno glove I have that's got the same kind of webbing. So as you can see, we started here and then we went all the way around the same way, and then at the end they went in right beside this hole and they came out here. So this lace, I pull on it, is actually this one here. See that? And it does not come through the front. Yep, and then you just tie it. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to go down through beside it. Somehow lead it through here and try to get it to come out of this hole here. This could be a little tricky. Okay, I'm going to try a different method. I'm going to take this lacing tool, stick under here where my thread should come out. And I'm going to pull it through there. So I'm just going to pull it through the basket weave first. Now I'm going to try to use my lacing tool and pull it through where it goes. And there it goes. I got the lace down through here. It goes back in the 9th hole where we started, kind of through the glove here without coming through the front, and then right back out of this hole here. And then we can make sure we like the tightness of it and whatnot, and we'll go ahead and cut off some amount, and then we can tie this in a knot, you know, once we're happy with it, just like it used to be. Usually you just need a single knot for leather laces. They do cinch up nicely. All right, the webbing's looking pretty good now. I've trimmed up the lace, tied the knot right. Looks good. Let's work on the fingers now. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and lace up the fingers now in the spiral wrap across the top of the web. So get yourself a new lace on your needle. I'm gonna go ahead on the other end here and tie a knot. That'll be the end of our lace. Just a single knot should do. And you can start on different sides, either the thumb or the pinky side. I believe it's better to start on the thumb side since you don't have to worry about the tension of the fingers as you get your spiral going. so you can focus on your spiral without having to worry about the fingers yet. So if we're going to start on the thumb side, you just go in the very outside thumb hole here, and you're going to come out the top hole that already kind of has a lace for your web, and it's going to come out right here. So let's do that. Something like that. Go ahead. Now that we have our lace pulled through the first hole, to get started here, you got to make sure that you get your wrap done in the right angle, the same angle that you found it basically. And you can probably see the indentations from your old spiral wrap, and mine was kind of oriented that angle. So to get yourself set up for that wrap, you have to kind of come in through the, first thing you do is you come in through the center of the tunnel and then out this hole here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Switch hands here so you can see it maybe. So we're going to come in through the center of the tunnel and then out this first hole here. And make sure you're not all twisted up. And we're just getting ourselves sort of set up for this first wrap. Here we go. And now we can just go ahead, and the very first one is that you wrap around the very first hole, and we're going to come back through that first hole. And get it as tight as you want it there. Now that we have the first wrap done, the rest of it is just a repetition. I'll just wrap it all the way around there and keep the smooth side out. And then we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll stop when we get to the end of the web here. Okay, for the final hole, well, we'll go ahead and do it like normal here. Okay, and now that we've got all the holes used up here, we got the lace going through every hole, we're going to finish the tunnel just like we started it over here with the same sort of lacing method. So you're going to go ahead and wrap it around one more time. You're going to go back in the same hole on the bottom here, but you're not going to go all the way through. Instead, you're going to come out the edge of the tunnel here. Just like so. To go underneath of that other lace. Just like that. And now we want to start on the fingers and the kind of X lacing. You have to start by going into the top left corner on your index finger here. So the one that already has a lace in it, we're going to go right back through it. Yep, just like that. Now that we have the lace coming out of the first finger, it just goes straight across it and through the hole. You can kind of see the mark from where the lace used to be here. And it's okay to be rough side out here, like facing you if you were holding with the glove on, because we want the smooth side in. Okay. And to lace up the second X or the second finger here, we're just going to go into the bottom left hole here. Keep your lace straight. Okay, and there should be a hole almost matching up with where you came out there, and that's where your lace is going to go in. So kind of back in the index finger hole on the bottom here. Okay. Now that you've came back out there, the next step is to kind of make your first sort of X pattern, and you can again get this as tight as you would like it. Get your fingers as tight as you want. I kind of like mine to be pretty tight, but some people like them really loose. Just up to whatever you like. That's the good thing about doing your own laces. You can kind of make some adjustments to your glove. So we're going to go back in the top left and kind of start over with this next finger. Go straight across the finger, stay on the top. And we can go to that bottom left hole in the next finger. Okay, and then right back in the adjacent hole there. Okay. Same thing, keep going. Top left of the next finger. And then you're about done. So go back through the last hole here in your pinky, the top of the pinky. My glove, it goes all the way there. And that's really about it. Adjust it as tight or as loose as you like it. You can cut off your lace. You see I have quite a bit left here. There we go. Get you a nice knot there. If you're worried about it for some reason, you can tie in 2 knots, but really only need 1. And then trim it off. Trim off your excess. Now that you're all done with your lacing, you've got a new life in your glove. You can go out and play catch again. And again, you can show your kid how to do this. If you know how to relace their own glove, it's kind of fun to know how to do that. Maybe you do it for your buddies as well, or whoever is on your team needs it done. It's a good skill to know how to do. So, all right, good luck with relacing your glove. I hope this helped you out a little bit. Hit the like button. Thank you.